Hi everybody, this is Kevin and welcome back to another comic book video. I was going to say comic book review because I guess I'm so used to saying that in my intros, but this is just going to be a video showcasing the most recent books I picked up, as well as a general channel update. And you may have noticed over the past week or so, I've been doing more current event style videos, particularly covering E3, which has been a lot of fun. And I posted this one video called Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin Chaos Cut, which essentially took the 2.5-minute trailer revealed at Square Enix's E3 presentation, and I cut it down to 57 seconds to where it's just the main character, Jack, screaming how he wants to kill Chaos. It's all he cares about, and it's absolutely hilarious, and the video got over 10,000 views in less than a week, so I'm very thankful to all the new subscribers and viewers who joined because of that video. And also going into Creator Studio Analytics, it's due to search, which is amazing because you always hear about how the smaller channels are demoted in the algorithm. And I checked it out for myself. If you type in the title in the search bar, it's literally on the first page. So it's very cool that I broke that barrier. And, it's always great to hear a smaller channel doing well in that regard. So once again, I'm very thankful to that. And you may have noticed, like I said, I haven't been reviewing many current comic books just because about a month ago, I read and reviewed Detective Comics number 1036, and it was so god-awful that I stopped buying DC Comics entirely. And this is actually the first time I've been back to the shop since then, because there hasn't been a need for me to go every week if I'm only going to get 2 books. And so essentially, these are all the titles that released in the past month that I picked up this past Wednesday. I haven't even had the chance to read any of them yet because, like I said, I've been busy, following the E3 stuff, which is now past. I've actually been gaming again. I've been playing through Final Fantasy X, which is sort of my annual summer replay because it's just such a comfy summer game, and I always remember playing it as a kid, and it's been a few years since I went through it again, so I'm playing through that right now and really haven't had the chance to read these. So when I get the time, I'll sit down and read through these again. But after covering E3 and just sort of diversifying my channel, I've mentioned in the past how I've wanted to do Let's Plays for some time, and I've also been doing some test recordings for that. So if all goes according to plan, I hope to start that sometime next week. So I hope you guys join me for that. I'm not going to reveal the title of the game quite yet. You always have to wait and find out. But I know a lot of the people who have been subscribed to me for some time really like the comic book reviews. And I hate to say it, but I really am probably going to cut that out entirely and just do more current event style videos, do the video game Let's Plays, and really keep up with the manga reviews, because now that I've been reading Eden Zero, and I'm really close to getting caught up in that series, it's just so much more fulfilling to read a complete story as opposed to reading single issues. And I might have to just tell my shop, look, I gotta get rid of these pull lists and just stick to reading graphic novels, because after reading, manga, where it's 180 pages, complete stories, it's really difficult to read single issues because you get that cliffhanger. It's like, no, I want to read the next issue. And then you got to wait a month. And then sometimes you forget what the hell's going on. And the graphic novels are the way to go. And you look at how people are leaving DC because their most recent September solicitations, every book is either $5 or $6. So that just tells me all the customers are leaving. And DC's answer is like, oh, we're losing all this money with people cutting us out. Let's raise the prices. And also there was like this spat between Eric Larson and a few of his former customers and readers talking about the efficacy of piracy. But to that, I just say, piracy has been around forever. And with the internet, it's so easy to pirate whatever you want. I mean, you can just search whatever you want. TV shows, movies, comics, manga, music. Back in the day with LimeWire, trade offer. I give you music, you get virus. So, there's that. And the thing is, you look at the sales, and manga dominates the graphic novel charts when people are definitely pirating manga. So how is it still selling physical copies when you can just search it online and read it for free? And you can also do that for American comics. I don't know, man. Maybe your stories just suck. So anyway, this stack of books here is mostly, it's all non-Marvel and DC. It's mostly Boom, Image, IDW, Dynamite, and Bad Idea comics. So I figured I'd just show this off. These are all books that released over the past month that I got this past Wednesday. Like I said, I haven't read any of them yet, but I'll sit down and read them at some point. But I can't really guarantee reviews for everything anymore just because I sort of like going in this new direction, talking more about current event style videos. So we'll be doing that. But anyway, here we got Mighty Morphin number 8, which is written by Ryan Parrott with artwork by Marco Renna. And these books are all falling off. But like I said in the past, there's 2 of them. These are probably my most favorite series ongoing right now, Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers, both written by Ryan Parrott. This one follows the regular Rangers, whereas Power Rangers follows the Omega Rangers. And the last issue, they were battling Zed. So it's very colorful. That's the thing, too, with this, with Power Rangers in general, is it's more colorful as opposed to the dark dreariness of modern DC and Marvel comics. Like, especially with Batman. Everything has to take on the Zack Snyder and Christopher Nolan vibe. Here's Keanu Reeves' self-insert with Berserker number 3. I mean, look at him. He looks just like Keanu Reeves. And I guess this is going to be a Netflix anime series eventually, with Keanu providing the voice for the main character. I enjoyed the first 2 issues. I have reviews on the channel, so we'll get to that eventually. Look at how gruesome and bloody that is. Holy shit. But, the thing about these 2 is these books are only $4, whereas, like I said, DC's up the price to $5 and $6. Here's Geiger from Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. I dubbed the main character, they call him the Glowing Man. He's it's the crossover between David Dunn and Terry Davis, But this has been enjoyable. It's sort of like a post-apocalyptic future. And great artwork, and can't really go wrong with a Jeff Johns comic. Here's Firepower, the oversized 12th issue spectacular by Robert Kirkman and Chris Samney. I've reviewed this a few times on the channel. I think I reviewed the first 3, and then I reviewed a few of the later issues, but nobody seems to care. Like, most of my videos get between 8 and 10 likes, and whenever I posted these videos, they'd get like 2 likes. So nobody gives a shit, despite the fact that Robert Kirkman's writing it. And it is a decent storyline. You would think, like, Kirkman with Walking Dead and Invincible, he would, get more fans following him around, but I don't know. Online, no one seems to really care about this book, but it is enjoyable. I definitely recommend it. I've read all the issues so far. Here's Noctera number 4 by Scott Snyder and Tony Daniel. Like I said in my reviews of this is sort of like a, look at this page. Jesus Christ. It's just literally dark and text. It's sort of like a quiet place. That's what it reminds me of. Except instead of being quiet, you got to keep out of the dark and stay in the light. And pretty cool so far. I've enjoyed it. Here's Radiant Black number 5 from Kyle Higgins and Marcelo Costa. And I liked the first and the 4th issues, but really couldn't stand the 2nd and 3rd. And one of my subscribers said, Higgins, he's a great writer, so you should stick with it and see what's going on. And just flip it to the pages here. I really like the cliffhanger from issue 4. Flip it to the pages. It appears like this one's more action-packed, whereas issues 2 and 3, the main character was a writer. So there was a lot of, look at this wall of text. And I really can't stand that in comic books. I like to see more action, and like this is perfect. Like, look at all the action and minimal dialogue. That's the way to go. If I want to read dialogue, I'll read a novel. So this was also recommended by a few of my subscribers, The Invincible Red Sonja from Dynamite Comics, and this is written by Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti. And who's the artist? The artist is Moritat. And they said this is like a non-SJW book with our busty redhead and a lot of fan servicey scenes. So I'll have to check this out at some point. It's good to know that there's still, look at how hard her nipples are. It's good to know there's still some of these books out here that don't completely bend the knee to the SJWism and, are all about their beautiful ladies. Because I guess they're doing a Red Sonja movie or TV show, and they cast a black woman, of course, because forget the redheads. Here's Transformers Annual 2021 from IDW. I tried reading some of the Transformers books from IDW recently, but didn't really care for them. But the artist here is Alex Milne, who drew the Transformers vs. the Terminator crossover that came out last year, which is a 4-issue miniseries. I have a playlist on the channel because I read and reviewed all of them, and it was great. And he's a great artist, so had to at least check it out for the artwork. But as far as the main storyline from Brian Ruckley, I don't really care. It's really a strange story. It's like all like the politicalization of the Transformers, when really it should just be like action between the Autobots and Decepticons. And then here I got Tankers 1 and 2 from Robert Venditti and Juan Jose Rip. And this is from Bad Idea. Venditti has become one of my favorite writers. He did Hawkman with DC Comics, and he did a few issues of Justice League. And, you know, they got rid of him, I guess, from DC. I think he's doing like this one Superman miniseries. But he's a fantastic writer, and they've replaced all the great writers of DC, like Tomasi, got rid of them all and gave all these SJW writers more power. And this looks really interesting. These guys are like in the future, or rather in the past, with futuristic technology with dinosaurs and shit. That looks pretty cool. So we'll have to check this out at some point. This is hard to get because it wasn't distributed from Diamond. It's Bad Idea. You had to like order it through their website and like tell your shop months in advance that you wanted it because it's an independent company. And it's a little expensive. It's $6 an issue, but if you can tell, it's definitely premium quality paper and looks good. It appears to be longer than a regular floppy. And also the thing with all these independent books, just the quality, even Dynamite, which is probably the cheapest of all these companies here, the quality of the paper, as opposed to Marvel and DC, is phenomenal. There's no ads in any of the books aside for the end. Like, you'll get the whole story throughout, and then at the end, you get ads. Which, I'm fine with ads, but, like, do them at the end. Oh, shit, here's this Mom book. Have you guys heard about that with Amelia Clark? But they do their ads at the end, which is perfect. And you would think Marvel and DC make the most money of all these companies. They can put the ads at the end. Why do they just sprinkle it throughout the book and ruin an entire sequence? Like, I don't think Firepower even has any ads, just because it's Skybound, Kirkman. You got the letters. And, wow, there's a lot of letters here. Yeah, they got Ultra Omega and Redneck and other stuff there. So you got that, and same thing, IDW. Look, no ads, and then at the end, you get a few ads there. Star Trek. Wow, imagine that. X-Men. X-Men in a IDW book. And here's the Transformers vs. the Terminator. Like I said, Alex Milne drew this. Fantastic series. So I recommend that. But anyway, this has been a little bit of a showcase video. Like I said, I haven't read any of these books quite yet. And I don't think I'll be reviewing all of them. Maybe I'll review one or two of them. Like I said, I sort of want to keep the channel in a different direction, talking more about current event topics, doing games and stuff, Let's Plays, and things like that. And definitely doing the manga stuff, like trying to do 2 manga reviews a week. So let me know if you have any other topics for me to discuss in the future. Thank you all for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. And stay tuned for the next video. Take care, everybody.